Welcome back to the Counselor HQ podcast. I'm your host, Noelle, counselor, former school counselor, and founder of Counselor HQ. Today, we are talking about something that sounds simple, but can actually be incredibly powerful for both counselors and the people we support. We're talking about meditation and relaxation techniques. Now, before anyone listening immediately thinks, I don't have time to meditate for 45 minutes on a mountain somewhere, this episode is not about perfection, and it's definitely not about adding another overwhelming expectation to your life. This is about realistic, practical ways to regulate your nervous system in the middle of very real, very busy lives. Because counselors spend so much time helping other people regulate emotions that we often forget our own nervous systems need support too. And honestly, many of our students and clients are walking around completely dysregulated all day long without even realizing it. So today we're talking about why meditation and relaxation techniques matter, the science behind them, simple ways counselors can use them personally, and easy ways to introduce them to clients and students without making it feel awkward or overwhelming. Right? When I was working in the school, I always thought that students could benefit from like some visualizations, some guided meditation, but I thought it was so weird to sit and like walk them through a visualization or a guided meditation. It always made me feel uncomfortable. And I thought if it makes me feel uncomfortable, then I'm going to make them feel uncomfortable, and then it's just not going to work. So anyway, but I'm a huge believer, meditation, guided meditation, relaxation. So that is why we're here today. We live in a world of constant stimulation, notifications, stress, pressure, noise, information overload, and many people, including counselors, are operating in chronic stress mode without even realizing it. Our nervous system was designed to respond to stress temporarily. But when stress becomes constant, then our bodies struggle to return to a calm, regulated state. And this leads to anxiety, irritability, exhaustion, emotional overwhelm, sleep problems, trouble concentrating, and ultimately burnout. Meditation and relaxation techniques can help interrupt that cycle, not because they magically erase the stress, but because they teach our nervous system how to slow down and recover, and that recovery matters. Counselors spend all day long helping other people emotionally regulate. We co-regulate constantly. We absorb emotional energy. We hold space. We manage crises. We stay calm for other people. And after enough time, many counselors start functioning on a low-level state of chronic activation themselves. That's why relaxation practices are not extra. They're protective. Even a few intentional minutes of nervous system regulation throughout the day can help us feel more grounded, improve emotional presence, reduce our stress accumulation, and transition out of counselor mode more effectively. And the best part, it does not have to be complicated. So let's talk about realistic strategies that actually fit into our hectic schedules, because I don't want to just give you one more thing to do. I know you don't need that. These are realistic, quick things that you can do with your schedule that you already have. Okay, the first one is box breathing. I'm sure a lot of you might have heard of this, but it's a helpful reminder. This is one of the easiest and most effective techniques to get that nervous system re-regulated. You breathe in for 4 counts, you hold for 4 counts, you exhale for 4 counts, and then you hold again for 4 counts. And you repeat this several times until you feel like you have calmed and regulated. Doing this helps calm our nervous system and reduce the physiological stress responses. You can do it between sessions, before difficult meetings, during a stressful day, or even sitting in your car either before work or before going home. The second strategy is 1 minute of stillness. Okay, meditation doesn't have to be long. Even one intentional minute of slowing down can help reset that nervous system. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders, notice your breathing. That's it. One time somebody told me to relax my face and relax because my face is often very tense. And someone told me to relax the area around my eyes. And I didn't even know that that was a thing, but man, it's amazing. Sometimes counselors avoid relaxation practices because they think they need these huge blocks of uninterrupted time. You don't. You just need these small little moments because they count too. The third tip is grounding through the senses. This is especially helpful for anxious clients or overwhelmed students. Ask yourself or your student or client, what are 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. This helps pull the brain back into the present moment. It's simple, effective, easy to use in schools or in therapy sessions. You can find this everywhere. If you need like a worksheet reminder, I think we might have one on Counselor HQ. If we don't, I will make one. But they're also everywhere. The 4th strategy is guided meditation apps. There are so many accessible tools like this right now. Some you have to pay for, but some are completely free. I use the app Balance, but there's Calm, Headspace, Insight Timer. You can even go on YouTube and look for guided meditation videos. I swear by this. It's not for everybody, but I can't just sit in silence for very long. So this allows you to listen to someone instructing you through the meditation. Okay? It's really short. It's usually like between 5 and 10 minutes. Sometimes they're a little bit longer, sometimes they're a little bit shorter, depending on where you go and which one you choose. But even a 5-minute meditation can create a noticeable shift in your stress levels. It helps you be in the here and now and learn how to stay present and also to not judge your own thoughts. And the last tip that you can use is progressive muscle relaxation. This is great for both counselors and clients. Slowly tensing and releasing different muscle groups throughout the body. This helps people notice where they're physically carrying their stress. Many people, I know a lot of us counselors do this, we hold tension all day in our bodies without even realizing it. One important thing to remember is that not everyone responds to meditation the same way. So flexibility matters, especially when you're using this with students and clients. For some students or clients, sitting silently with their thoughts may actually feel very uncomfortable, especially at first, and that's okay. Relaxation can also look like movement, stretching, calming music, mindful coloring, walking, breathing exercises, sensory tools. The goal is regulation, not perfection. And honestly, the way counselors introduce these practices matters too. Instead of saying you should meditate, try saying something like, would you like to try a quick strategy that sometimes helps people feel a little calmer? Low pressure, invitational, and supportive. The key to making these practices work long term is removing the idea that they need to be perfect. You do not need a perfect routine. You do not need perfect consistency or even an hour of free time. What matters the most is repetition. Tiny moments of regulation throughout the day add up over time. Think of nervous system support like an emotional hydration. Small amounts regularly matter more than the occasional extremes, okay? Meditation and relaxation techniques are not about becoming emotionless or calm all the time. They're about increasing your capacity. They're about increasing your ability to pause before reacting, to recover from stress quicker, to stay present, and to help support others without becoming emotionally depleted. And honestly, in the counseling profession, that matters tremendously. You know that. So if you take one thing from today's episode, let it be this: relaxation is not lazy. Rest is not weakness. And nervous system care is not optional for helping professionals. You deserve moments of calm too. And sometimes the smallest pauses create the biggest shifts. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the work that you do. And I will see you in the next episode.